If you know about the port, though it's supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we for circle round twice for the encore.
All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. First down, it's Webb. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. On second down, Webb. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Well, this is a new concept. It's third down, but they've got the punt unit on. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got the hook up with Conley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one is incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. This is caught. Watkins. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Right, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a 1st down throw. Webb. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
To throw on 2nd down, here's Webb. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this 1st quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. To throw on 3rd down. Webb. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Room here to run. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. 79 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 1st and 10, Webb throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Webb. Buying time to his left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Webb to throw, and it's complete. Hooper. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Now Webb, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Webb now from the gun, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Green 90. Green 90.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. The tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Caught here by Conley. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. And defensively they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Gonna let one fly for it. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. And even 40 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Webb being chased out left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
To throw, Webb. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 36. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Room to run inside the 40. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And finally brought down at the 38. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 32 that time. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta. right after this timeout. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And some room to work. He's at the 50, the 30, 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman with what they'll score a 106-yard return. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big run by Kareem Hunt. 63 yards on the ground. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st down, it's Webb. Eluding the pressure right. Space to maneuver at the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, Webb. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Webb. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the 2nd half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hunt showing off the same form from a year ago as the Chiefs come up with a first down. They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes, and this is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He'd hit the sideline. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On second down, Webb. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. On first and 10, Webb dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gronkowski got it on the crossing route. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Gone.
Now this time he'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. From the gun, Webb. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
To throw on second down, here's Webb. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Webb. Flushed out right. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Hunt. Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
Blue 45! Blue 45!
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Duke Riley. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Butker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And there he goes again. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Webb now. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by David Amerson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Steps away to his left, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Vic Beasley able to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Fielded just inside the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So out come the Falcons now. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Gun!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Webb escaping the pressure right. Oh, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a move.
And he loses the football a second time. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Mahomes throwing on second down, eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete.
I know old school coaches used to just cringe when their quarterbacks weren't in the pocket throwing the ball. Whenever they were outside of it, you could just see them losing their mind on the sidelines. Nowadays, a lot of them like that. Defenses often get confused when the quarterback escapes. Coverages go haywire. But in this case, he didn't take advantage of it by getting set and making a nice throw.
Yeah, and with that pressure coming, maybe he should have just gotten rid of it. Flush to his right. And able to find Conley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big 30-yard play on third. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Mahomes flushed out right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Mahomes going to throw. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Webb. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Webb. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Pulled in at the 24. He gets away from 1. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here comes Kansas City. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Mahomes going to throw it here. Going deep here for Watkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now a first down throw. Webb forced out to it, and he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Chris Jones able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on 3rd down for this offense. Webb to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Kansas City, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd, waving at rude boy, I'm waving at you boy, ran off on the two like true.